Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the History Vault, our magic connection to the past. I'm Skylar Yore, and I have got the honor to speak with some of the greatest people in history. Today, our guest is one of the most successful and famous emperors in history. Please welcome Alexander the Great.
It is a pleasure getting the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Alexander, for this rare opportunity to speak with you. Alexander, the world knows you as an unparalleled conqueror, but I'd love to know, what drives a man to aspire to such heights?
I have been guided by a vision since my youth. From my studies under Aristotle, I grew to believe that greatness isn't merely achieved. It is one's duty to seek, to spread Greek culture, unify lands, and ensure my name endures in history. This was my path.
It's clear that your ambition is extraordinary. Yet, with all the lands you've conquered, some might say you pushed your men beyond reason, especially during the campaign in India. How do you respond to this?
I won't deny that my ambition tests even the strongest of men. Yet I stand with them in every battle, risking my life as they do. My men are not merely soldiers. They are brothers in arms. I am nothing without them. But I also knew that we could achieve the impossible if we pushed beyond ordinary limits. That was our strength, and my expectation.
Many admire your bravery in leading from the front, even enduring numerous injuries. But some critics argue that your pride and temper have at times clouded your judgment. Can you tell us more about that side of you?
A ruler, especially one who leads on the battlefield, must be unyielding, Skylar. But yes, I am known for my temper, and I have made mistakes. There was a night, I'm sure you've heard, when in a fit of rage I struck down Cleopatra, a loyal friend. It's a moment I regret deeply. Yet I am human, and such anger sometimes flared under the strain of war. Pride has driven me to greatness, but has also been my downfall.
Would you say that your determination is your greatest strength?
Absolutely. My unrelenting determination has allowed me to conquer lands beyond what most would imagine possible. When I set my sights on a goal, I do not yield until it is achieved. This is what enabled me to defeat Darius III and dismantle the Persian Empire. My focus has always been unwavering, perhaps to a fault. But without it, we would not be speaking today of my victories.
And what would you consider your greatest weakness?
My pride. There were times when my pride overshadowed my better judgment. For instance, when my men and I were deep into India, they desired to turn back, to rest. But my ambition pushed me onward, and it nearly cost me the loyalty of my army. I demanded too much, and I should have listened to their needs. It was my arrogance, my belief in my invincibility, that led me to disregard their pleas.
If you could revisit any decision in your life, which would you change?
There is one, and it haunts me still. The night I killed Cleopatra in anger. I would undo that moment if I could. He was a friend, a mentor from my youth, but in my rage, I struck him down. His death was a consequence of my temper and pride, a decision I cannot reverse. It serves as a lesson in the dangers of unchecked power and rage, something I wish I had learned without such a price.
You've mentioned your temper, yet we also know that you were compassionate toward those you conquered, often respecting their customs, and even merging your culture with theirs. Why did you choose to approach conquered lands this way?
That is a matter of my vision. I believed that to truly unite my empire, it was not enough to conquer by force. I needed the loyalty of those I governed. I respected their gods, allowed them their traditions, and even took Persian customs upon myself. In doing so, I hoped to build not just an empire, but a world in which diverse cultures could coexist.
That approach is remarkable. Now thinking back, which moments in your life do you consider your most grandiose or defining?
The Battle of Gaugamela comes to mind first. It was there, facing Darius III, that I truly knew the strength of my army and my destiny as conqueror. With a smaller force, we outmaneuvered the Persian army, and by nightfall I had dismantled the mightiest empire of the age. Another defining moment was founding Alexandria in Egypt, a city meant to be a beacon of learning and culture that would live beyond my time. These achievements remind me that I am part of something greater.
One final question, Alexander. Given your grand vision and all the challenges you've faced, how would your life reign have developed if you hadn't got that lethal fever which abruptly stopped your unparalleled conquest of the world?
Had that fever not claimed me, my reign would have witnessed the completion of my vision for a world unified under one rule, bound by shared knowledge and exchange. I would have pushed beyond the Indus, reaching the distant lands I could only imagine. Lands that would enrich our knowledge and cement the Hellenistic culture as the foundation of a new era. My dream was to blend East and West, to create not just a Macedonian empire, but a new world culture with Alexandria as its beating heart, a beacon of wisdom, science, and art. Many would resist, of course, yet I knew that true leadership was not simply about conquest, but about integrating the conquered into something greater. I learned much from the Persian Empire, and I had intended to incorporate their customs, respecting their beliefs to win their hearts. This balance between power and unity was, in my eyes, the true art of kingship. But perhaps fate has its own wisdom. I burned bright and fast, and though I was stopped, I hope my legacy has left others with the courage to dream beyond their borders and envision a world where different peoples coexist under the idea of shared humanity.
Thank you, Alexander. Your words and ambitions will continue to resonate through time. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the time we had the honor to spend with the remarkable Alexander the Great. For now, the vault closes again, but we will reopen it soon with a new fascinating interview partner from the past. Have a nice time until then.